Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us, whoever is able to watch today. We are live with Memorable Costa Rica with Sergio and Rodo. These are our amazing friends who have helped us put together some of the most incredible family and couple itineraries in Costa Rica, which is Angie's and I, one of our favorite countries in the world. So we're super excited to have you guys, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us. And yes, very excited to show everyone all the beauty and the magic that they can experience here in the tropics.
And thank you to Boutique Travel Advisors for inviting us to show our little magical country. And I'm pretty sure after we're done, you're going to want to come to Costa Rica.
Yeah, definitely.
And Sergio, it doesn't seem like that long ago that I was there in Costa Rica and you were supporting my family's trip. And one of the beauties of Costa Rica is that there's so much diversity, both in terrain and culture. We divided our time. It was very hard to pick. We only had a limited amount of time, so we had to limit it to 2 places. But we loved our time in Arenal, and we certainly loved our time in Manuel Antonio as well. So I'm excited for you to share all the different possibilities for an itinerary.
Excellent. I will promise you will learn new stuff. And for anyone contacting Boutique, they will love the classic or off the beaten path type experiences. So hope you like it.
And if anyone has questions, drop them below. We'll try to get to them. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we can get started. So what do you have for us today?
So I'm gonna start by welcoming everyone again, and I'm gonna explain that we're gonna take a short trip around Costa Rica. We're gonna show you the different highlighted regions for tourism. Me and Rodo, we're talking from this region, the Central Valley, which includes San Jose, the capital city. That's where most of you will land, SJO. And it also includes 2 major cities in Heredia and Alajuela, which is the actual location of the airport, if you want to get geopolitical with me. And then we're going to show you the beaches, we're going to show you inland, we're going to show you rainforest, cloud forest, we're going to show you classic type experiences, we're going to show you brand names like Four Seasons or Andaz or Westin and any Marriotts, and we're going to show you also what Costa Rica is all about, which is the different, very flavorful, still very luxurious, authentic properties that we offer all around Costa Rica. So let's get going. So first region, it's San Jose. Again, this is where you find the city. This is where you find lots of nightlife. But from San Jose, you also have amazing experiences. Like this one I'm showing you, it's called De La Paz Waterfall Gardens. And this is a park. It's a shelter where you have monkeys, wildcats, birds, a huge butterfly farm, and many other experiences that you can enjoy for the day, or you might stay at the Peace Lodge, which is the hotel, the boutique property, 38 rooms total in this location. And when you stay there, you have unlimited access to the facility, so you can really, really get to know and enjoy the property. Like I was mentioning, different wildlife, the 4 waterfalls that you can walk to easily. It's a highlight, amazing pictures, picture opportunities. If you want to enjoy the park with a guide, so you can learn more about the frogs or the hummingbirds or the wildcats or any other animals that they have there, you may do so. Angie and Janet can set it up for you. Also very close to San Jose, this is under 90 minutes away. You have a cloud forest experience called El Silencio. I'm going to kill this name, sorry, but it's a Relay Chateau property. So it's very nice. Food is incredible. The suites come, all of them, with a private jacuzzi, super hot water. This is a disconnect type of property and be involved with the nature. I can tell you, this weather you might have, I don't know, like 100 days a year, and then the rest it's very cloudy, misty. It's sometimes cool for us, Costa Rica, never cold like you guys get in the US, but for Costa Rica, it gets to a little bit cold, like at high 60s or low 70s, which is cold for us. Again, these are the suites, and they have multi-bedroom units.
I've loved it. We've had multiple clients there, and they've all raved about it. It's a beautiful property for families and for couples alike, I think.
Absolutely. And the new 3-bedroom villas are out of this world. Super, completely equipped. If you want a chef in the villa, you can have it. If you have the whole privacy, if you want to set up a private dinner, private lunch, you can do it. Or you can walk a few minutes to the restaurants at the lodge. The spa and the yoga, which is included, by the way, the yoga, it's an unique experience. It's very in touch with our Aboriginal population. So the design, the treatments, everything, it's very authentic. So you can get a coffee scrub or a chocolate, a cocoa scrub, and things like that. And in the property, you have plenty of activities to enjoy. And we can set them all privately, of course. So my favorite, if you ask me, is horseback riding or a hike to the waterfall, the closest waterfall they have inside the property, and there you can set up a private picnic bench. So it's a very nice experience that you can enjoy. Also, very close for us, this is the most visited national park in Costa Rica. It's called Poas Volcano. And this is the only location in Costa Rica where you can watch the volcano down from the platform to see the crater, okay? So it's an active volcano. You can see steam coming out. You can see some eruptions. Nowadays, based on safety and the activity of the volcano, everything happens with helmets. There are shelters where you need to stay when not watching the volcano, and you get like 10 or 15 minutes per spot to enjoy the observation of the volcano. We always recommend heading in there.
Sorry, Sergio. Yeah. Is the volcano always active?
Always active.
Always.
Yes.
So this is a typical view that you would get.
Yes, and as I was saying, the earlier you get here, the better odds that you get. So there are less clouds, so you can enjoy the actual crater, and it's actually the second largest crater in the world right now. It used to be number one, but I don't know, a new volcano popped up somewhere in the world, and this is the second largest now. So it's an incredible, I don't know, Martian view that you can enjoy and learn about the geology and all the things that they teach you at the national park. Also, Costa Rica, very famous for coffee. So you have plenty of coffee experiences. You have from very authentic to really more of a commercial type of experience. We like the authentic. We have actually a Starbucks plantation that it's in Costa Rica that you can tour. But I prefer to stay more local, more hands-on, and if in season, you might actually get to pick up the grain if you want to. So it's a learning process. It's an interesting experience. I just like the more authentic, original experiences instead of the show for the coffee, for example. Okay. That was the Central Valley. I'm gonna have Rodo explain to you about a very unique, interesting region called Tortuguero. So Rodo, take it away.
Oh, wait, hold on 1 second, sure. Sergio. Just real quick. I mean, and I've been to San Jose multiple times, but usually for most of us, it's a place that we fly into and out of, maybe spend 1 night or 2 nights. But how many nights would you recommend people spend in the Central Valley if they have, let's say, a 10-day trip planned?
If you have a 10-day, it will depend on the likes and dislikes of each and every person. I would say, I used to say, skip San Jose. There's not much to see. We'll enjoy Poas or the coffee or El Silencio or La Paz Waterfalls on the way out of San Jose. But nowadays, nightlife, many nice neighborhoods with very unique and good restaurants are popping up everywhere. So I changed my speech a little bit. So if you have, I would say, a good 10 nights in San Jose, I would spend 1 or 2. That's it. No more.
That's kind of what we think too.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent. It really depends on what people really want to do. But just like Sergio was saying, La Paz Waterfall Gardens and Peace Lodge, it's a good entry for everyone that is just landing in Costa Rica, so they can get a good idea of what they all can experience, especially if they overnight at La Paz, at Peace Lodge, because they will have access even before they open the park, so they can go and see the mammals, the big cats, the frogs, and even in the night when the park closes, they still have the chance to go and visit if they want to see the frogs, especially at night. So it's really something. So going back to Sergio's answer and your question, I would say that if they're thinking about 10 nights here in Costa Rica, probably the first and the last would be plenty enough. Having taking into consideration the first one could be at La Paz, and maybe the last night at an airport hotel or somewhere downtown, if they want to have some free time in the afternoon to explore the museums or all the new fusion cuisine vibe that it's around certain neighborhoods before they before they go back to the airport for the fly home.
Perfect.
So jumping into Tortuguero, this is on the Caribbean coast. It's on the east side. The first thing that I want to say is that the east side of Costa Rica is best to visit on the second half of the year, anywhere from July, August, all the way through November. Reason being is simple. It's the best time, great weather, no hurricane season, and it's actually sunny, hot, and humid. If you decided to visit this area on the first half of the year, you're probably going to get some showers, and that's it. And the other reason is because it matches to the turtle nesting season, where we're going to talk about it. What you see on the screen right now is basically an idea of what you are going to expect. This is the Tortuguero area on the North Caribbean coast. It's called the Little Amazonian of Costa Rica. There's no way to, there are no roads. The only way you can move around is through boats, like the one you see on the right-hand side. So we're talking about lush flora, lush fauna, lots and lots of birds, lots of animals. So if you are a couple who are interested in seeing animals, or if you have a family and your kids love to see monkeys and birds and lizards, and that is exactly the place where we would take them, so that they can see everything: monkeys, lizards, birds, what else? Sergio, help me here. There's so much to see here.
Of course, the turtles coming out of the ocean to dig the hole to lay their eggs, and then later in the season, watching the turtles be born and get out of their holes and head to the ocean. It's a magical experience.
Yes.
There are some manatees, and there's other. I've had guides that have seen wildcats, like pumas or similar, around the region. It's hard to see, but it could happen in this region.
Yeah.
And like Rodo was saying, this is the experience. This what I'm circling here in the top left. It's the canals, and it's on the way in. So it's part of a transfer or slash tour that you use to get into the small town of Tortuguero, where there are all the hotels located.
So Tortuguero, the best way to visit this region is on at the beginning. See, there's the total. So the best way is spend the first night in San Jose, so that we can go and pick them very early in the morning and take them to this area. There are only two ways to get there. First one, domestic flights, 25 minutes, really easy, really smooth, 15 passengers capacity, by motor Cessna flights. So it's really, really nice. What I love about these flights is that early in the morning, everything is very clear skies, so you can see the whole mountains, the volcanoes from the top, really scenic, so you can take lots of very nice pictures.
Some of my favorite pictures are from those Cessna flights. And yeah, I mean, I love it. I've done those Cessna flights, and they're magnificent because they don't fly super high, so you definitely on a clear day get a beautiful view.
Yes.
Almost like an experience in and of itself. And watching the turtles hatch is magical. My kids and I went to the beach and watched them hatch and come out, and there's thousands of them that all run to the ocean, and it's just one of the most amazing experiences.
Yes. I always tell people that this is a good trip for families, especially just before they go back to school in September, because first turtles arrive usually on the second half of July, and it usually takes about 40 days to hatch. So if they come here in late August, early September, just before they go back to school, they will have the opportunity to see the hatching, so they can see the baby hatching in the morning, and then at night they can go and see the turtles coming out of the oceans to lay their eggs. This is again on the second half, and what you see right now is the lodges. So these are jungle lodges. These hotels, they offer packages that they come with the lodging, with the meals, with the tours, also the park entrance fees. So literally what you have to think is only tipping and alcoholic beverage. The rest comes with it. So it's not all inclusive, but it's full board. That means that breakfast, lunch, and dinner will be included, as well as the tours. And trust me, you will have plenty of time to enjoy the pool, enjoy the beach. But again, the beach is not for you to go and swim. It's only because it is a national park. This is a place only to enjoy the beauty of nature. Again, the jungle, the animals, and the turtles, not to go into the water because there are rip currents and because it is a protected area. That's why they have nice pools.
And like my favorite guide in Costa Rica says, the top of the line guide we use, you don't want to become part of the food chain at the ocean, so you stay away from it. That's it.
Exactly. And jungle lodges, some of them, they don't have AC, but there are options with AC if that matters to you. Okay.
Yes, and let me also just to put it out there, Tortuguero might not be for everyone. Some people will love it. Those that are into nature and natural experiences will really love Tortuguero, but others will think it's a little bit too rustic, even though we have only one I would call luxurious hotel called Manatus. So just to throw it out there, so to set the expectations right, which I'm sure Janet and Angie will let you know. Okay. Any questions, ladies, about Tortuguero?
No, I think that was perfect. It's definitely, I don't know. For me, I personally don't recommend it for first-time travelers to Costa Rica because I think you kind of need to get to know the country a little bit and make sure that you're comfortable with that sort of rustic, truly nature travel. But for people who have been multiple times, it's a great side trip, and it's a very, very different, and the culture is different on the Caribbean side as well.
Definitely
Correct.
agree. Definitely agree.
Very
A first timer
different,
most
absolutely.
likely will stay in Arenal or the rainforest or in the cloud forest and then the beach. So I definitely agree. Okay.
This is more like an area for those who wants to come to see more. Once they've been to the volcano, once they've been to the beautiful beaches on the west, I'm sure they will come back to you, Janet and Angie, and say, hey, I love Costa Rica. What else can I go?
Right.
Perfect. So moving on, and now we're going to focus on the northern plains. Arenal, the rainforest, volcano, hot spring, adventure capital of activities in Costa Rica. Lots of nature and adventure also here. So this is very likely the first region that you will visit when you arrive in Costa Rica. The highlight is this guy you see on this picture. It's the perfectly cone-shaped Arenal volcano. It's a national park. The volcano is active. It's now not spitting out any lava like it used to do 10 or 12 years ago when it was a show at night. You could see the lava flowing. Nowadays, we know it's active because you see from time to time steam coming out of the volcano, and because, of course, the hot springs in the different hot spring properties are very, very hot. And I promise you, it's not heated water. It's actually cooled water that's coming out of the earth from the volcano, so you can bathe in the different pools. Okay. So in Arenal, we have a different range of accommodations, from super top of the line, very exclusive properties down to very nice, charming 4-star properties. And we have a million price points in between that you can hit by choosing your property and category at this region. Pardon me. This region has a town also where you can go out and explore the way of the local live in that town. Sorry. Plenty of restaurants, plenty of hotels, plenty of activities. So, I mean, I've had people stay here for 7 nights. I'm sure it's not ideal to stay 7 nights in one region in Costa Rica because there's so much there's so much more to see or experience at the beach. But Arenal will keep you completely entertained throughout your stay if you choose to stay here 5, 7, 10 nights in only this region. Okay. The highlight to me, the hot springs. We have several different. I have a bad cough. I apologize.
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, you can get some water.
The highlight is these guys.
Springs. They are unbelievable. And you can go, I love that there's so many options for properties. Some are adult, some are adult only, some are family friendly. And kids, my kids were pretty young when they went in the hot springs and they had a great time. And there's so many, I feel like Costa Rica is such a diverse place that you could be an older traveler, you could be a younger traveler, you could be an adventure lover, you could be a family, multi-generational. The properties really can cater to a wide variety of travelers, which is so great. And not every destination is like that, but Costa Rica truly is.
That is
Absolutely.
true. And the good thing about it is that also some of the hotels, they do have their own hot springs. So it's another added value. And they can enjoy whenever they want to, because literally they're available 24/7 while they're enjoying their premises.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and they can bring drinks in the hot spring.
Absolutely. And you have, like Rodo was saying, 3 or 4 different properties with its own hot springs. These properties allow non-guests to visit the hot springs, but they limit the number of people that can get in daily and based on occupancy. So it's not that you're gonna find a super popular happening location here full of people. No, it's more quiet. It's family time. It's a couple enjoying the experience, because most of the hot springs also have adult only sections. So that's the beauty of the hotel. A few properties to name: Tabacon. You're seeing the least expensive category of the hotel, and you have it with king beds or two beds. This is amazing. This is called Nayara Springs, and Nayara has 3 different properties at this location. So you have Nayara Springs, which is adult only. You have Nayara Gardens, which is the most important or biggest family section of the hotel, and you have these guys, which is brand new, which is called the Nayara Tented Camp, and this is glamping at its best. It's hyper luxurious, incredible. Each of the tent camps comes with their own hot spring water plunge pool. Of course, in the property, you have also hot springs to use. And as you can tell from the pictures I'm showing you, it doesn't feel like you're in a tented camp, but it's a tent, I promise you. But of course, you have the AC, you have the pool, you have the hot tub, you have the double vanities. It's as good as it gets, and it can hold a family of 4 with the king bed in all the units, plus 2-day beds in all the units. Okay. Plus, they can do connecting tents via a hallway, a short, let's call it 7-foot hallway, if you want that connecting set. So it's the most incredible new experience you can enjoy in the Arenal region. Then we have this property called the Springs Resort and Spa. This is where they filmed the Bachelorette number, I don't know what. You have here in this property, this is the only location in Arenal where you have multi-unit opportunities. So you have 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and the biggest is a 5-bedroom villa called Villa Palacio, which is incredible. It comes with its own pool, with the golf cart. It comes with plenty of toys to be enjoyed, like mini golf and a basketball course. So I mean, it's a home away from home, a 5-bedroom home away from home in Arenal, in the rainforest, and every single room in the property offers an amazing volcano view. Okay, so it's super special. Like Angie was saying, Arenal, you have plenty of adventure, but don't worry if you're coming with a multi-gen experience to Costa Rica, and you have grandma and grandpa, and you have then small kids, 2, 3, 4 years old. If you want to stay together and enjoy activities, you will do so, because we have so many different experiences that you can enjoy, from zipline to rappelling to rafting to softer stuff like hikes or like floating safaris, and other experiences with animals like animal shelters and volunteering at animal shelters, and different activities that are good for everyone together. Or if you want to split and someone wants to enjoy the strongest zip line we have in Costa Rica, you may do so. Okay. Arenal also has the biggest man-made lake in the country. It's actually the biggest lake in the country, and it's man-made. And among the activities I just mentioned, waterfalls, we have rappelling, which is basically rock climbing inverted going down. You have hikes of different levels. You have hanging bridges in the forest that we always recommend them guided privately. So if you see a slot and you want to stay 10 minutes with the slot, you may do so. And it's an amazing experience to get to learn the forest at 3 different levels of the forest. So you start at the ground, then you go to mid-level, and then you go above the canopy. And you learn a bunch of interesting things about the rainforest and what the rainforest offers to the whole world. Okay, so including this one, the Amazon, and many other different rainforests in Central and South America. And in Asia, you get to learn a lot about what's going on in these locations. This is a float, for example, so anyone can go. This can be done shared with others, or it can be done privately, of course. And we have a national park called Caño Negro, and this is the premier animal observation river in Costa Rica. And in this river, every time I've been, you will see plenty of wildlife. So it's very, very special.
Crocodiles, right? One of the crocodile rivers.
You can see crocs, you can see monkeys, you can see sloths, you can see a bunch of a variety of birds, plus a ton of iguanas and many other different animals. If in luck, armadillos I've seen. So I mean, it's as good as it gets for nature observation without doing too much of a hike. That's the best.
And if you've never seen a crocodile up close, it literally, I mean, it like takes your breath away. They are so large, it feels like you're looking at a dinosaur. They're like, especially when you see them in the wild, and they get up. I mean, I was on one of those boats. Yes. They get up kind of close.
And just
I stayed on the bridge.
You stayed on the bridge on the way to Manuel Antonio. Yes.
I did. And what's so fun about Costa Rica is the traveling from point A to point B, because you can plan excursions along the way. There's just so much to see. And I think one thing that also really impresses me about Costa Rica, and Sergio, you can talk more about this, is your guides are so educated and knowledgeable. They have degrees and certifications. And even if you're not, a photographer, you're going to quickly, with the help of your guide, be able to take some fascinating pictures, whether it's through a telescope or just up and close. It's really engaging, and especially with kids, the knowledge that these guides can share, it creates a new interest for really anybody, whether you're a novice or an enthusiast.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. First of all, yes, Costa Rica, while it's tiny, about the size of Rhode Island in mass, it takes time to go between one region to another. So, for example, from San Jose to Arenal, you're looking at 2.5 hours, but we can have you not feel a 2.5 hour drive by stopping anywhere. So, from coffee to shopping to restrooms to rafting or floats or volcano watching or the waterfalls watching, it's an activity that allows you not to feel so many hours in a car. It makes the day longer, of course, but you don't feel it. You enjoy it. Okay. And also, like Angie was saying, adding a guide, which is all activities will be guided, of course. But if you want to enjoy the most amazing cultural immersion that you can while in Costa Rica, you will have Angie or Janet add a guide partially. We will not have the guide at the beach, for example, because, well, at the beach you're enjoying the boat and you're enjoying the sand and you're enjoying the ocean. So, while yes, you'll have activities, you will not need it. But in some locations like Tortuguero or Arenal or Monteverde and others that I will show you soon, it will not teach, it will have you so interested. Sorry?
It enhances the experience,
Absolutely.
especially when you're going through a jungle walk. The things that these guides can pick out. I mean, I remember we were in Osa Peninsula, and my husband and I, we did some walks on our own and didn't really see much of anything. And then we did that same walk with a guide, And because these animals are so camouflaged, I mean, he was finding snakes and those little frogs with the red eyes and things that we would have never in a million years picked up. And when you have the guide there to point it out, it's just enhances the whole experience. And it's
Absolutely.
so cool.
Absolutely. Again, soft or strong, adventurous or natural, for adrenaline junkies or for small kids looking to take it easy. You have it all in all of Costa Rica, not only in Arenal, actually. Okay. Very close to Arenal, another favorite region of ours called Monteverde. Rodo, explain, please.
Yes, Monteverde is. This is the first good pictures for us to explain how the Monteverde is. As you can see, the volcano is on the back, and we have the Man Lake right in front of us. So what we do is bring them people from the rainforest, from the lowlands, up to the mountaintops. That's where the cloud forest is. That's where Monteverde is. And the best way, or the most scenic way, is our lake crossing, which is on one of the boats. So what we do is just like you ladies, Janet and Angie, were talking, we basically just add adventure connections. We add activities in between so that everyone can see really the most they can while they're here in the tropics. So while they're on the boat, we're gonna sail around the shore so that they can see more animals, they can see more flora and fauna. And of course, if available, if the skies are clear, as in the pictures, you will have great opportunity to have pictures from the volcano with a very, very different perspective. That is water and, of course, the mountain on the back. So jumping into Monteverde. Monteverde is up in the mountains, like I was just saying. This is a town that was settled by the Quakers, U.S. Quakers, that they decided to immigrate from the United States down here to the Central American region. And so it's a very eco-friendly community. In fact, I would probably say that it's the most famous eco-friendly community in Costa Rica. The hotels here are all run by local families, Costa Rican honors, boutique-ish, very intimate. And in here, this is one of the areas where Sergio was saying that we would recommend to bring a light jacket, because at night it goes down. The temperature goes down to the lower 70s, probably up 60s. And the weather here is normally misty. From December to April, it's really, really nice. There you go. All the hotels are literally inserted and located in the middle of the different mountains, in the middle of the different hills. So you have beautiful, beautiful views of the cloud forest. And if available, in some of them, you even have ocean view. In the afternoon, during the sunset, trust me, the view in some of these hotels, especially the previous one. Sergio, would you mind going back one? That one. This is the Stabla Hotel. And as you can see, they have balconies. And from those balconies, you can see the Pacific Ocean if the skies are clear. In terms of adventures and activities, the most famous are the zip lining, hiking, and the hanging bridges, just like in Arenal in the rainforest. The difference again here is that you are on top of the mountains, and you have lots of opportunities for bird watching. And because that is what most people come here, and hiking here is really, really special, really amazing. And of course, you have lots of art galleries, local breweries, also the chance to visit and talk to some of volunteering activities if you are into that. If you want to have some exchange opportunity to talk to the locals, to talk to someone from the Quaker families, that's also possible. And again, hiking here, I cannot stress enough that it's probably one of the best areas to go hiking, because it's really, really nice. Questions, ladies, here before we go and explore the ocean?
I mean, just to kind of clarify, so let's say you land in San Jose. If we're going to do San Jose, the Arenal and Monteverde area and then the beach, I think it's a very doable thing to do in a 10-day trip, even, because you can land in San Jose and then, skipping the Caribbean side for first timers especially, head over to Arenal, head to Monteverde, and then get to the beach from there. So it's all very doable, right?
Correct. It's a very, very well-rounded idea of what Costa Rica is all about for a first timer.
And definitely, my one recommendation is a private driver. Those roads in Costa Rica, you want to have a professional driver taking you. Those are some tough roads to navigate.
Yes.
And Sergio's drivers, they are amazing, and they're almost like a guide. So they'll certainly stop and in different areas, give you a chance to see different sceneries, viewpoints, and all of your vehicles are equipped with Wi-Fi. So that helps with the longer stretch. And if you get it, most of the flights that fly into San Jose are early morning. So there's, that opportunity, to still get to your destination by midday.
Yes. Even if the people who land in Costa Rica, say 4, 5, 6 in the afternoon, we can bring them straight to the Arenal area. And of course, as you were saying, we will make stop on the road so that everyone can stretch their legs, everyone can have something to wrap to eat. Everyone will have the chance to take pictures from good points that are all of our drivers. They know what those points are. So yep. Just like you were saying, we can take them straight from the San Jose airport to the volcano area, no matter the time that they land here in Costa Rica, and that will give them lots of opportunities to explore Arenal and then the Monteverde if they decided to visit that area and do the lake crossing. And after Monteverde, we can go ahead and to the west and finish the vacation in one of the beautiful resorts on the Pacific area.
You'll have to backpack for different seasons, but it's all manageable for sure. And it gives you almost 2 vacations, if not 3 vacations in one.
Yes. And the good thing is that, as you ladies know, we will send you a packing list with all of the must-have and must-carry items here in Costa Rica. So it's you don't have to worry about that.
Well, I'm going to have to sign off. I have another commitment with a radio show, but it was great seeing all of you, and we look forward to working together and planning some trips for 2021.
Bye, Angie. We're still here. We can keep going. I'm still here.
Sergio, I think you have your microphone muted, so that's why we can't hear what you're saying about Guanacaste.
I'm good. I unmuted you, Sergio.
Try this. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah. And we see an endless, a beautiful special effect. Yes.
Collage. Okay, perfect. Sorry. Let me continue showing you the presentation from here. Let me do this. Sorry. We're going to continue. I was saying that for a first timer, most likely you will focus on 1 or 2 inland regions, Arenal plus a cloud forest, and the cloud forest can be Monteverde or can be El Silencio or can be the Peace Lodge and the La Paz waterfalls, for example, and then you most likely will choose a beach. In the case that you don't want to go enjoy a beach, we have options, of course, but most of our clients will look for a beach experiences after the 1 or 2 inland experience. So now we're going to start showing you on the way to the beach. The first property you're going to see, it's called Rio Perdido, and this is the one. So Rio Perdido means lost river, and as you can tell, it has 2 different rivers. One is regular cold water, and the second one is a hot water river. Okay, so this property is in the middle of nowhere. It's enclosed on a forest. This was taken in our green season, not our dry season, because in the dry season, if you travel here from December through April, this scenery will change a lot into more of a desert type experience. with lots of gray, lots of brown, not so much green. So it's an incredible experience. You feel that you're staying at treehouse, for example. They have amazing units called East bungalows, which is like minimalistic and very interesting. And then they have center bungalows, which is more geared towards families, bigger, nicer, with an outdoor shower, which is incredible. So it's a very nice experience. Here at Rio Perdido, if, for example, you land or your preferred flight will be in and out of Liberia Airport, the second international airport we have in Costa Rica. We already discussed San Jose. Here, if we used to have an issue with people saying, I'm not willing to go all the way to Arenal for 3 hours or to Monteverde for 3 hours, I prefer to stay inland somewhere close to my beach experience. And Rio Perdido came up a few years ago and opened up. And at Rio Perdido, you can enjoy plenty of natural and adventurous experiences. You're seeing some of them. So you have zip lining, you have via ferrata, you have tubing, you have hiking, you have mountain biking, and several other different experiences. So you can stay a couple of nights here, enjoy hot springs. There's no volcano close to it, but there are some volcanoes in the backdrop that you will see. And then enjoy a few nights at the beach. So this is a very good option for those of you that tell Angie or Janet, you know what, we're not willing to drive for 3 hours and we don't want to enjoy a helicopter or charter or regular local flight. So what can you do for us with the drive time max of 2 hours? And this is a property we most likely would offer for them to show you for an inland, very special experience. Okay?
And Sergio, this property is family friendly, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Some of the activities might not be for children over under 8,
Right.
but there are others that the kids that the younger kids can enjoy.
Yeah, so perfect for a few nights to just break things up, to just, include a little bit of adventure off the beach plus beach.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you have someone looking to come to Costa Rica and stay at Four Seasons 7 nights, you will love it. You will enjoy plenty of experiences, but you will be sort of in an island, isolated from the rest of Costa Rica. So ideally, you would think of Costa Rica as a multi-region experience. Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Okay. Also, now this is Guanacaste. This is called Las Catalinas. So, for example, if you prefer nowadays to travel to a villa with your own private pool, or you prefer a condo, even though it has a shared pool in your condo, this is a property we're offering to many of our clients because it's a walk-only town. It's an artificial, right? It has 2 hotels, it has a beach club, it has 2 beaches, it has plenty of hiking trails and mountain biking trails. It has a tour desk where you can get a kayak or paddleboard. It has snorkeling gear that you can use at that beach seeing to the left of my slide. So it's a forget the car in the parking lot type of experience. They will pick you up and drop you off at the Catalinas if you enjoy any of the activities. You will walk from your villa, even if you're staying on the farther buildings from the beach. It's a 6-minute walk to the sand, okay? And it's those little, like an old European town type of experience where you have tiny passageways, some stairways, some platforms that you use, and nooks and crannies that you can go from your villa to the different locations, including the restaurants or the grocery store or the shop I mentioned for the kayaks and things like that. So everything, it's walking distance easily. There are no cars, no motorcycles. There are only bicycles and people walking inside this community.
That's perfect. And the beach is swimmable here.
Absolutely. I was there in September, and it's an amazing beach. It's super easy to swim up. If your kid is into boogie boarding, you can do it in the afternoon when the waves are a little bit bigger, but it's not strong, no waves, no currents. If you walk along this line in the low tide, you'll get to some rocks here which you can cross to the second beach of the property called Dantita. This is called Playa Danta. This is Playa Dantita, and it's a beautiful beach where you almost never find anyone. You also have a hiking trail, like a 1.5 mile trail from the villas to the second beach. So if the tide is high and you still want to visit, you can do it. So it's not an issue. The beauty of this place is that it can be customized to what you want. So if you want housekeeping, a person that comes in, cooks breakfast, cleans, washes, and has the home tidy for you, you can have it. If you want a cook or a chef, you can do it partially or full time. Or if you say, you know what, nowadays with the COVID thing, we don't want anyone to enter the home. So no, you can have it. So it's basically up to you, and you can do it from a 1-bedroom flat to a 7-bedroom villa. So you have many different options in between.
Are these units luxurious, or how would you rate them? 4-star, 5-star?
I would say the least nice unit is 4-star, and there are several 5-star options in the property.
That's great.
Okay, but it's the price point is, I mean, from 150 a night up to $2,000 a night, and there are several different options in between. So there's a perfect home here for anyone looking for a home rental.
Perfect. That's great to know.
Okay, this is some of the pictures, so you can see the finishings, the fridge and the kitchen and everything. It's very nice. It's fully equipped. This is the home I stayed at. It was up in the hill, so we had to walk for 6 minutes down to the sand. Again, it's, I would say, top of the line homes, most of them with private pools. Or if you go on the condo type experience, you will have your pool shared with others in that community. But the biggest community is, I believe, 7 apartments in the one building for one pool. So it's not that you're going to have a ton of people in your location. Okay. Plus, as I mentioned, you still have the beach club where you can go, and they have 3 different pools that you can use. So you have plenty of experiences. Some of the activities I was mentioning, this one I would never do. I'm not a biker, but the people that enjoy mountain biking really, really enjoy this trail. This is a view from on top of the property. Moving on, inside Las Catalinas, if you're more of a romantic and if you enjoy more of a couple-only experience, this is the spot. It's called Casa Chameleon, and it's all adults only. You cannot even go with your family to dine out here. It's couples only, adults only. And the rooms are really interesting, more of a Bali style type of experience. And each of every one of the rooms or suites will come with your own infinity plunge pool with the amazing ocean views. Okay, so it's a unique experience. Sorry, you were saying?
I'm cold. There.
Okay, amazing. I just had a couple leave Casa Chameleon recently, and they really, really loved this experience. They stayed here for 4 nights only. Now, Costa Rica, as I mentioned at the start, we can do either classical, commercial, like the Westin all-inclusive, or if you want more upscale, we can do the W or the Andas or the Four Seasons. We have a bunch of other all-inclusives. This is the one that we like the most. But this is something to show you. If you're into all-inclusives and you wanted to have a la carte dining experiences at this property, right on the beach and at a beautiful beach, we can do it, okay? But now you're looking at a property, everything you've seen before, the biggest hotel was like 80 rooms. Now you're looking at a 300 plus hotel, 300 plus room property, okay? This is the Westin Conchal, the biggest pool in Central America. It's amazing. You have 5 a la carte restaurants where you can dine out. Everything is suites, and they have an adult-only section inside this property also with an adult-only pool that you can use if staying there. They have the 5 different categories, and all the entry-level suites are the ones I'm showing you right now. And everyone has a balcony or a terrace where you can relax. And this is one of those all-inclusives that offer 24/7 room service, for example, and some people really, really love this. Okay, you have golf at this property. You have a kids club. You have plenty of different experiences that you can enjoy from here, and it's the most popular all-inclusive that we use in Costa Rica for higher-end clients. Okay, this is the beach. The westing is it's a very bright colored sand, and you have shade with your bed, or better, if you ask me, with the trees that are sitting on top of the beach. Okay. Another very nice property, more of a brand name than a unique experience. It's the W, which is brand new. The W sits on a hill, so you have amazing ocean views. You have this pool by the rooms, and then you have a beach club down a few steps from the sand. Food is incredible here. As I mentioned, the ocean views is incredible. The ambience here, it's very special. It's very good for families or adults alike. And it's a property I really fell in love since visiting last July, July 2019, sorry, not this July. And it's a really good option. I would say after Four Seasons, my top of the line would be W or Andas. So this is a very good luxury option also for you guys looking for luxurious experiences.
And Sergio, the issue with it is that the beach at the W, I believe, is kind of small. Is that right?
No, the beach at Andas is very small. I'm gonna show it to you shortly. The beach at Westing is massive. You can walk from end to end for like 90 minutes. It's a very big beach and very nice color sand beach. Yes.
And the beach at the W?
It shares the same beach as the Westing. That's the same beach they use.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay, so
but the hotels are located one next to the other.
Yes, but you don't see one hotel from the other, and you can walk. You have to walk for 20 minutes from one hotel to the other to be at the beachfront side of each of the hotels. Okay, I mentioned that so you know if you're staying at the W, you will not see a crowd from the Westing, or if you're staying at the Westing, you will not see a crowd of the W because it's a massive size beach. Okay. Then different. This is Tamarindo. This is a surfing town. This is a location with many small properties and many different restaurants, cafes, shops, surf shops, and more. This property I like because it has 2 and 3 bedroom units, all of them with their private pool. They're a lot into yoga and wellness, so you have like daily complementary lessons all over town at the different properties. And it's a unique experience, I would say, not as luxurious as the W or the Westing or the Andas or Four Seasons or the JW Marriott even, but still a very good, nice way of traveling in your own private space. Okay. This is the beach of Tamarindo, super famous because of its waves, but you can easily bathe in the ocean in Tamarindo. There are some locations at this beach where the waves are stronger, bigger, where the surfers go, and then if you're traveling with smaller kids and you want to enjoy the water, you can do it. So it's a great experience. A busy town, a busy small town, with villas, homes, hotels, restaurants, shops, and plenty of other things that you would like in your town to have. This is another property called Capitan Suizo, another authentic, smallish property that we offer in town. They have some beachfront categories, and they have other jungle or forest view categories. But everything, it's like, I don't know, 2 minutes from the lobby to the beach because the property is small. And this property is very special also because, again, walking distance to many different options in town to enjoy dining out, cafe, whatever you want. Plenty of activities also to enjoy from the beach, right? So depending on the time of the year, you can enjoy also turtle nesting, different turtle from the one Rodo was telling you about in Tortuguero. You have tubing and zip lining and rappelling and horseback and snorkeling and kayak and think of it and we have it. Okay, we basically have everything but an active volcano here in this location. Okay. Again, you have fishing, you have rappelling, and you have soft stuff also. So hikes. You have also floating safaris, just like Arenal that we showed you. So there's so much to enjoy in the Guanacaste region. Just to show you, Guanacaste, this is the farthest point in the north. I'm going to change to my pointer. Hold on. So here it's Dreams, Las Mareas, another all-inclusive we use. And then you have Papagayo, where you have the Four Seasons, Andas, Mangrove, and Secrets, adult only also, and plenty of others. This is Tamarindo, where you find the Westin, the W, the JW, and the two boutique properties I just showed you. But you can continue going down. And the farther down south you go, the more of the beaten path it gets. So yes, we have properties in Nosara. Yes, we have properties in Samara that we sell, even villas, condos, or hotels. And this, which is not Guanacaste, is actually Punta Arenas. And I'm going to show you. Sorry?
Is that Santa Teresa?
Exactly. And this, Santa Teresa, it's like
it's magical.
Incredible, unique of the beaten path region in Costa Rica. It's located on a blue zone. And the blue zone means a location, and there are 6 or 7 different blue zones in all of the world. And Costa Rica has one in Santa Teresa, where people are healthier, live longer, don't get sick. It's I don't know, it's scientific, but I also think it's a way of life type of thing also, where you have boutique properties, everything small. You have a few villas, and you have a town with food, which is incredibly good. Okay.
One of
the beaches here.
Sorry, one of my favorite restaurants in Costa Rica is actually in Santa Teresa. It's this little Argentinian restaurant, and it's unbelievable. And they also have a great sushi restaurant. It's this really unique little spot for like off the beaten path travel. And I think they have one of the most beautiful beaches.
Yeah, the beach there is incredibly large, and the sand is very, very powderish and very light colored also. So it's an incredible experience. I'm going to show you my favorite properties soon in Santa Teresa. But first, we're going to jump into the Central Pacific and the South Pacific. And the highlights are Manuel Antonio, which is Rodo will explain shortly. And then we have the Corcovado or Osa Peninsula that we will explain. So, Rodo, take it away. Rodo?
Thank you, Sergio. Would you mind going back one slide?
Déjamelo. Sure.
Thank you. Basically, what I wanted to say and point out very easy here is that Pacific Coast in Costa Rica is really amazing for those of you fishermen, guys out there. If you love fishing, or if you love surfing, if you love diving and snorkeling, West Coast is amazing. Anything related to water sports, it's really good. So in Central Pacific, where Sergio is pointing out right now, year-round great weather and great fishing season. So any type of fish that you can think of, great. And as we go down the south, where the green area is in Corcovado National Park, there's also whale season, and also good for diving at the Cano Island. So I wanted to point out those two things real quick before we jump into the pictures and areas. So thank you, Sergio. Slide. Next slide, please. Manuel Antonio area. This is an area where jungle and beach mix together. That's, I would say, the main difference between this area and the North Pacific, which is where all the big hotels, the big resorts, the famous brands are located, all the all-inclusives. This is the main difference. This is where jungle and beach is mixed together. Lots of wildlife. Lots of this. In fact, the Manuel Antonio National Park is the most famous thing in the area. And what is famous about it is not only the beauty and the magic of the beaches that you can find and see on the pictures, but because of this little guy that you see here, Manuel Antonio, we have 4 different species of monkeys in Costa Rica, and Manuel Antonio is one of the areas where you can find all 4 of the species in one place, because this little guy is very elusive and he can be only found here in Manuel Antonio and then down in the South Pacific. So keep that in mind. great for families. And now I'm just going to point out the main difference between this area and the others. Again, this is very Costa Rican style, lots of Tico hospitality, quaint town, Manuel Antonio and Jaco. No all-inclusives, but great options for dining out. Lots and lots of, as you see on the pictures, lots of different options for lodging and with great ocean views. There is no beachfront properties here except for maybe one, but it's not all of the rooms. But we're talking about amazing ocean views. On the left, what you see is Los Altos. Los Altos, it's a property that basically what they do is that they have condos for 1 to all the way to 3, 4 units. So it's good for couples, it's good for families, it's good for grandpas with their children and grandchildren. They can stay there. They have restaurants, they have spas, they have their own beach, they have all type of facilities that you can think of. And the good thing is that their elevator, they just go from the ground floor all the way up to your room. So you don't have to think about room keys and all those sort of things, because you know that you go straight to your room, to your condo. Of course, the higher you go in the rooms, in the building, the better ocean views that you have. And on the right, we have Arenas del Mar, which is a small boutique property that what I like about this property is that it has lots of activities within their property, within their premises that are already included in their rate. So if I'm thinking about hiking in the forest, tortilla making, spotting wildlife, bird watching, those sort of things, they come within the rate. So people will have a great time. And this is one of the few properties that, again, some of the rooms are literally beachfront. They have a very nice restaurant located down in the beach. So you know, it's very informal, very casual. So you can, just take your feet out of the sandals and put it on the sand, and then just sip a cup of cocktails while you see your kids enjoying the pool or enjoying the beach. And you know that you are having all the modern world facilities in your hotel. On the pictures, what you see it's some of the activities available. Like I was just saying, great fishing. There's a catamaran that basically works in the morning and in the afternoon for the sunset. Usually in the morning, it comes with the opportunities to go snorkeling, because like I was just saying, diving and snorkeling is a great area to be. And on the right, we have kayaking in the mangroves. So again, you can go whitewater rafting in this area, of course. You can go hiking into the national park. And just like you were saying, Janet, it's a guided hike. So you will not be walking through the trails and missing out all the opportunities. On the contrary, it's going to be a half-day hike. And you will see not only beautiful plants and beautiful flowers, but also you will see lots of camouflage animals that are within your distance, but because we're not used to those animals, we don't see them.
They camouflage quite well. And Angie was actually here in March, and she had a great time.
Yeah,
and I did a lot of these activities. So if she was here, she would say how much fun they had. And her kids are big into fishing, and they had a great time fishing. And she loved the hotel that she was at and had a really, really nice time.
And the good thing here is that if you want to come, say, in August or September, you will have lots of opportunities to see whales, because it's the whale season. We have the humpback whales that they come here, mama whales with their calves. So they come here for breastfeeding. There's a marine national park. And so you can take a day trip and you can go and see, just like you do in Cabo, but in the tropics, and it's really, really amazing. I did it in September, and I couldn't believe in my eyes, because it was literally a show all over, lots of whales, and I showed Sergio the pictures and the videos, and he was like, I cannot believe you had so much luck, So, yep, Manuel Antonio, again.
Lots to do. So many different options for activities. For active families, it's perfect.
It is perfect. And because and the good thing, Janet, is that the attractions are way much closer than in the Guanacaste region in the northwest, where the big resorts are. Here, you have the same facilities, you have the same activities to do, but they're so much closer to you, so you don't have to spend lots of time on the roads navigating. First, and second, the proximity to the San Jose airport. We're talking about 2.5 hours. If you're in Jaco, we're talking about 1 hour drive from the international airport. So literally, you can spend the last night of your vacation in the ocean by the sea and just go straight to the airport for your flight back home.
Exactly.
And now we're going to talk about all the unique and different properties. And Sergio, you can go ahead and start talking about our favorite ones.
This property has been on my to-do list for a long time. I've been dying to go there. And I've had clients who've stayed there.
At Pacuare Lodge?
Yes, and they said it was one of the coolest experiences of their lives. I mean, I have wanted to go there ever since I saw pictures of it the first time. I'm excited for you guys to share.
Yes.
Excellent. So,
yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I don't know why when I don't talk for a while, it goes back to mute, so I apologize. I'm going to take you again to the Central Valley, because while it's not located on the Central Valley, these last few unique experiences that we're going to show you, most likely you'll start from the Central Valley. So Pacuare, like Janet was saying, it's a unique National Geographic Lodges of the World. It's only 27 rooms and suites total. And the highlight of this property is the way you get in and you get out of the property. So as you can tell, the way you get into the property and you can get out of the property is via rafting, okay? So on the way in, it's a class 2-3, which is a good rafting for kids 8 and up. But on the way out, it gets a little bit rougher, and they recommend either a big, tall kid to be able to enjoy, or 12 years old and up, okay? Yes, there's a way to get you out without enjoying the rafting, but I would recommend coming into this property only if you want to enjoy the rafting in and out, rafting out of the property, because it's really a highlight of the experience. The lodging is, I would call it a rustic luxury. It's not Four Seasons, it's not Andaz, it's not a W, but it has an uniqueness and a vibe of being a super exclusive rainforest experience, okay? And they will pamper you with amazing customer service, with amazing food, and with plenty of activities that you can enjoy that are included in your package when you come here. Most people will stay 2 or 3 nights at the lodge. And among my favorite experiences that you can enjoy at the Pacuare Lodge, again, included, it's the Cabekar Aboriginal population. This is actually not a tourist show. This is actually Aboriginals that live in this area. Just a few of them, like 10,000 or so Aboriginals that live here. And they will greet you at your home. They will show you how they cook. They will show you how they live. This is a super, super strong hike. It's not for everyone. It takes about 3 hours to get up the mountain there, and then 3 hours to get back downhill from there. So again, it's not for everyone, but it's an incredible experience. You have zip lining, you have rappelling, you have, of course, the rafting. Plus, you have plenty of other activities that you can enjoy. This is a picture of the canyon on the way out of the lodge. You'll be allowed to get into the water and float for a few minutes before the rafting, before the rapids start again. And it's an incredible experience. This is really, Janet, I have to get you here. It's one of my favorite Costa Rica properties in that I can think of. I really, really enjoyed this property.
Oh my gosh. Like, I want to be on that raft going to my hotel, and they put your luggage on a different raft and like tie up your luggage. I mean, what a cool way to get to your hotel, to have to raft there. It's amazing.
It's as off the beaten path as you can get. This is it, but in luxury.
Yeah. If you need a social distancing property, there you go.
Yes, absolutely. The guides are super professional. They will kid around when we can kid around, but they will be super serious when you have to be super serious for the rafting portion. The same guide that will bring you into the lodge will be your server, will be your escort and guide when enjoying the zip line or the hiking. So you know what? It's a very good get to know a local type of thing. So you develop a friendship that will last for years. Because most of the guys that work here have been to rapids in Colorado and all over the world, so they're super well trained and professional. So we really feel extremely safe and comfortable offering this property. Okay, we're gonna continue with different properties. This is another Nat Geo property in Costa Rica. It's called Lapa Rios, and it's in the Osa Corcovado Peninsula. And as you can tell, this is as an in the jungle experience as you can get. Okay, so again, not to scare you again, not to scare anyone again. When I went there, I loved it. I really, really loved it. My wife, not so much. Why? Because at 5 a.m. we had howler monkeys on our roofs, yelling their lungs out, doing their howling noise. Okay, and because yes, there's Wi-Fi, but not in all areas of the hotel. And while it's close to the beach and they can take you to the beach, there's nothing at the beach. It's a beach when you have no one, no services, no facilities, no beds, no people. So you can enjoy it, of course, but it's remote, it's different. And people come here and stay for 3 or 4 nights.
They don't serve you drinks at the beach here.
Say again?
They don't serve you drinks at the beach here.
No, they don't.
No, this is very, very off the beaten path, but magical.
Absolutely. It's incredible. It's surrounded and immersed in nature. And it's an incredible experience with amazing ocean views, with your wooden deck, very private, with your hammock at all the bungalows. So the food is amazing. The wildlife you can find in this area is incredible. The Corcovado Osa Peninsula, while it's 0.01% of the world's square footage, holds 5% of the world's biodiversity. So it's very, very rich with nature. Okay? Another very different property or experience is Isla Chiquita. More glamping. Glamping is sort of en vogue in Costa Rica. So this is a property that has no AC. So I will tell you when it's a good idea of using it or not using it, because yes, while they have ceiling fans, it can get hot. And while there's no pool, you have the ocean, which is like a lake in this area. And they have all the water toys that you can enjoy in for fishing with your kayak. And they have a bioluminescence tour that you can enjoy also, which is incredible. The food is amazing, but it's not included. So you basically food for what you enjoy. Okay. And that's pretty much the presentation. While we show you a ton of properties, I can assure you we have. I could have you here for 2 more hours and show you more. Okay, but we're not gonna do that for you because we want you to come and experience it yourselves. Janet, thank you for giving us the opportunity. Happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, this was amazing. I mean, I think the biggest takeaway for Costa Rica, and I've been to Costa Rica, oh my gosh, probably almost half a dozen times, if not more, and spent quite a lot of time there. There is so much to see and do there, and every region is so different. From the Osa Peninsula to Guanacaste to San Jose to Manuel Antonio. I mean, they're all so different, and I think it's really important when people are looking to go to Costa Rica, it's not like going to California and just picking a beach and sitting at the beach. You really need to make sure that the area you're going to is the right area for what you're looking for your particular family, or whether it's a honeymoon or multi-generational. The properties are very different. The activity options are different. The seasons are different, whether you're going in rainy season or dry season. So I think that's really important. And then tell me a little bit about the cancellation policies right now. I mean, that's a question that's on everyone's mind.
Okay, so first of all, before getting into the cancellation policies, the entry requirements to Costa Rica now, no COVID test required to visit us, starting back in November 1st. And we only have a health form that you have to fill out online, which is very easy and fast to solve. And you do it 24 hours before arrival. And then you need to get travel insurance that covers you for two main items. And basically, very quickly, it's an extended stay coverage because of COVID, or a hospitalization coverage because of COVID. And you may use your preferred company in the US or international, or we have two options in Costa Rica that Janet and Angie will tell you about that will work for you when you're ready to come. And while some agents have asked me, so why do you want people to come to Costa Rica with no COVID test? It's because in Costa Rica, with the open air, the low density, with the many restaurants being open doors, open space, no walls, no AC, the idiosyncrasy of us Costa Ricans and how we've been behaving during the pandemic, you will be free. You will be safe here in Costa Rica. You will be free to not wear your mask unless you're on an enclosed restaurant with AC. When you get your food, of course, you can take it off and eat. But at your hotel, at the beach, at the pool, at an open air restaurant, at your private transfer, you will have your choice of wearing it or not. Okay, so that's very important. And regarding the book with confidence, special terms and conditions that we have for Janet and Angie and boutique travel advisors, it's basically you book with no reading in stone commitment. Whatever you do, whatever the deposit Angie and Janet tells you is required, from 20, 50, or 100%, depending on the time of the year you're gonna travel, you'll be off the hook for any COVID situations that arises, including or similar to borders closing, airlift being suspended, you contract COVID. I hope it doesn't happen, but if you do, you will get 100% of your money back. Okay,
That's great.
That's really to give you the opportunity to make plans. If it's Christmas, we have plenty of availability, and we're getting a lot of last minute bookings. The flights, the airfare to Costa Rica for Christmas, it's at an incredibly all-time low. I don't think we're gonna see it again. Connectivity from the US, all major hubs is amazing. Plus, more and more airlines are announcing they're coming back. So, I mean, if you don't have plans and are looking for a last-minute Christmas, New Year's getaway, or if you're gonna travel in your winter, January through March or April, feel free to contact boutique travel advisors. I'm sure we can put together an experience exactly on what you're looking for, non-cookie cutter, completely customized to what you like and don't like. And you're gonna get tired of all the questions we're gonna ask Janet and Angie to really choose the perfect property for you. But that's what we do here as partners of Boutique Travel Advisors. Really recommend the right property for you and your family or your couple.
That was so cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Our pleasure, really our pleasure. I hope to see you soon in Costa Rica. And well, whatever you need, we're your partner here. So happy to assist.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Have a great one, and thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.